Appreciate y'all taking the time out to come through. And tonight we're gonna do a little reaction on Marcus, and I'm gonna give my thoughts on you know my opinion, just my opinion, because it is his will and his way and his decision on what he wants to do as a man. Um, and so for that, I'm going to respect that. You know what I mean? But as y'all know, Miss Kiki Prime, baby, my girlfriend in the chat. Y'all see her. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to her if you're not already subscribed. Pretty sure y'all already subscribed, but if you're not, make sure you subscribe to her. You know what I'm saying? Great content, great one. All right. And we go here. All right. And so, as we know, I guess the pressure's been put on Marcus a lot more. And I think I had a little part in it. I'm not trying to beat my chest on it, but that video I did. I think as a man, men. It's one thing when women criticize a man, we'd always say, "Oh, she just bitter. Oh, she wants me." You know what I mean, and things of that nature. But just that video, I went back and watched it a few times, my own video, and I'm not trying to sound like I'm a narcissist myself. But in that video, I think we did a real good job pausing that video. That I think the guy from Atlanta recorded years ago, about a year ago, and just showed Mark. I think Marcus may have took the time to watch that video and see himself, and see that you was in that young girl's face, and it does look creepy considering the type of questions. Definitely the kind of questions that you ask, the behaviors. And the thing is, as Kiki has said earlier, it's hard to follow. It's like Martin Luther King gave a speech, and I'll have a dream speech. It's like I'm coming behind it. You know what I mean? But we still gonna get through it anyway, right? So, like I said, I think that him seeing himself from that point of view, and a man giving critique on it, and a man actually talk about midlife crisis, men going through that period of their life. I understand it. I've seen it multiple times with multiple men. Like we men talk once amongst each other, and he's not the only guy I've seen kind of go out there trying to sow his wild royal oats or whatever, trying to live out fantasies to threesomes at 40-some years old. You know what I mean? And then the thing is, sometimes you can feel older than what you are. I'm 40 now, old. You know what I mean? And I understand the mindset. So I think when women judging him in the way that, and I understand why they judge him the way they do, and they have every right to. The thing is, he could lose his life. I have a friend that's doing life in prison. A few guys I know had a cousin lost his life dealing in that same type of lifestyle, going around underprivileged women, sleeping with them, you know what I'm saying? Some dude come over, one guy coming, one guy coming, one going, and then the thing is they get all crossed up. You know what I'm saying? And it's a class. Somebody think that's a girlfriend. Somebody looking at her as a prostitute. Somebody looking at her as a druggie. All kind of mix of things can happen in the streets. And the thing is, him crying, I really feel like I hope he's getting to a realization. And I've seen men cry at this stage in their life, realizing that they're going too far and they're living on the edge, where unwanted babies. I already experienced that. Sometimes even unwanted diseases. I don't know anything about it, not insinuating anything about that. And jail time, unwanted situations where, just like even he was outside talking to that girl in that video I did, that reaction video I did the other day, where he pulled on his gun. If it could have went left real quick. And, hey, he may be scared of the guy. He's a smaller guy, and it's not me trying to pick at him. He judged me physically, my girlfriend physically. And so I just returned the favor. You know what I'm saying? And me returning the favor, I guess, was a little more hard on his conscience than mine. You know, I'm used to it. It's the internet. But like, yeah, that guy could have went where, hey, you defending yourself against a guy in the streets, and it all could be over money and women. And it's usually how a lot of guys find themselves in those situations. And so I hope that he truly have a coming. I truly hope for him. I don't hate Marcus. You know, I didn't go into I didn't take the time to do deep research to find out who his arch enemies is on the internet, like he did me and Kiki. I didn't sit there and covet his woman, his vacation, his lifestyle, or whatever it was. Me, myself, I didn't do it. I just gave my opinion as a man. He had a big problem with that. You know? So I understand that he's he wants to be forgiven by the internet for all his indiscretions. And I know how, and I see in the comments, especially within the street sector, there's a lot of Christian women from Atlanta in the South, the Bible Belt. You know, they get in my comments, they talk about Jesus and God and everything like that. And hey, I believe in God too. You know what I'm saying? I consider myself a Christian. You know what I'm saying? I'm very, very, very well read. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to the Bible, you know, more than most. And I'm going to be very prudent in my wisdom and outlook of what is out here. And even if my critique, and even Paul said, have I become your enemy because I tell you the truth? Marcus knows everything I've said about him is the truth. Now, when he went to roasting or clowning me and my girlfriend, yeah, I'm gonna return the favor. But in love, I do hope that that just wasn't tears of a clown. So I'm gonna let y'all hear it for yourself, and we're gonna get to it. I'm gonna let y'all hear him in his own words, and we're gonna react to it. So let me go to that. Right. And we're doing this under the guise of fair use for reaction purposes, and not getting paid for this video. We're just doing reactions on it. You know what I mean? I played music on it, so you know what I mean. But and I really hope this guy. You know what I'm saying? I really hope for the best for Marcus. Marcus at HBCU alumni like myself. I went to Bethune-Cookman. He went to Howard, I found out. You know what I'm saying? Kiki went to Grambling. So I guess it's all, you know, a big old HBCU reunion or something. You know what I mean? Going on the internet. You know what I mean? But let's play this real quick. And Solidal, I found out he got it. You know, shout out to everybody out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, call me later.
All right, let's get to it.
So she don't do all this YouTube stuff, you know. All right, so let me say this, guys, right? Listen, for 2 years, I guess I didn't quite understand or didn't want to acknowledge, I guess, you know, kind of like the importance that the platform was building. And you know, I was probably a little bit reckless in some of the stuff that I did as far as dealing with interviewees and things like that.
You know, Marcus, and I have to pause there, and I said it in Kiki's live, that probably you were reckless. There was an unwanted child in that situation, a young girl that is feeling as if she regrets that decision, you know. So just take the full responsibility. And private, that's between you and God, the Most High. You know what I mean? And whatever you believe, I'm not here to force my beliefs down your throat. But that was not a problem. There were people that were really hurt badly, like Yana, you know what I'm saying, from what you was doing out there. That's just one person. Okay? You know, and I just pray that you really mean what you're saying this right here. Right now, because a lot of people are rooting for you,
and it caused there to be a stain on the platform. And I was not thinking with foresight when I was just moving about, right? I was just moving about. I wasn't thinking with foresight. But moving forward, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know, I'm not gonna have any more stains on this platform. Because, you know, we have fun, right? We have shits and giggles, we do all that. But we also do real shit. We do real shit. And y'all don't even see all the real shit that I do. I'm just now really bringing y'all into some of the stuff that I've been doing. And so I'm going to say this, that there's not going to be any more me dealing with anybody, any interviewees or anything like that. You don't have to worry about that, because this platform is becoming bigger than me, and I can't afford to allow for anybody to be able to talk shit about it when it actually does so much good stuff. And so I'm going to make sure that for my part, you know, I don't give you guys any bullshit to talk about. Now,
So now this is troublesome for me, only because I do like, and I talked to Kiki about it, but I really feel like this is the problem. One of the things about any form of addiction, when you have an addiction, one of the best things to do is remove yourself from the situation. Remove yourself from a situation where it's going to cause a sense of temptation. What I have seen a lot in the sector, and even a lot of the interviewees, is lack of impulse control. Okay? Now, what's going to happen? You meet a young stripper that's homeless. You know what I mean? No fault of your own, Marcus. See her, she's highly attractive. You know what I mean? That's what you like. You do your interview, and you know, you haven't really removed yourself from that situation where, you know, it's going to look like, you know, you haven't removed yourself from that drug addiction situation. So, like, if I want to stop drinking, I got to stop going to bars. If I want to stop overeating, I can't buy certain groceries. I can't go to the candy store. You know what I mean? I can't go to McDonald's. I can't go to Burger King. The thing is, I really hope that you're seeking professional help mentally. You know what I mean? Or have someone that can actually help you or mentor you when it comes down to your addiction for these that action and the thrill of dealing with these women, these younger women, especially that are disenfranchised. Because I think it's an addiction at this point, and I don't really think it's just like you are a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't like, a lot of people say that you're a bad guy. I've seen this happen with multiple men multiple times. You know what I mean? Where they want to do good. Even some guys that feel like they want to be faithful to their wife and be a good parent and things of that nature. And their lack of impulse control and their lack of removing themselves from temptation. You know what I mean? One of the best things that can happen. You know, I can't be saying, hey, I'm going to be faithful to Kiki, and I got a stripper sitting on my lap, grinding her butt up. You know what I'm saying? In certain positions, I can't find myself in. You know what I mean? I don't want to put myself in, if I want to be truly faithful, truly removed from the situation. The thing is that being outside for years, you have conditioned yourself to be in a situation where you are, this is your candy shop. This is where you become a glutton. Like every other aspect of your life, you got a lot, you claim you have a lot of things good going on. You work out, your body's in good shape. You know what I mean? You got a nice car, the financial situation is good. You know what I mean? But in this situation, this is where you're the fat man. Okay? This is your gluttony right now. This is where you go overeat. This is where your vices and everything are coming from. And the truth is, it seems as if this was a way for you to engage with nymphomaniacs, And there's a lot of nymphomaniacs around town in every city. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them have low impulse control, and a lot of them will find themselves homeless. You know what I mean? Like we talked about a certain other person that you have interviewed recently, and people are speculating that she has a spending problem. You know what I mean? Where she's living out beyond her means, going to theme parks, things like that with the kids while living in a homeless shelter. So, just to see that. But I'm going to let this finish out real quick. Let's go ahead.
However long you want to continue to talk about the old stuff, that's on you. But there will be no more new stuff, I tell you that much.
Now, this is the problem with the internet. I have people right now still talking about me being maybe 80 pounds heavier last year, right? They still talk about my weight issues from last year, especially certain hiccups I had. The internet is forever, and people are going to bring that up. Now, because you decide to move forward, even Kiki decided to move forward, you know what I'm saying? And she has not touched alcohol whatsoever, but you'll still see people, randos and people, weirdos from her past that will come up and try to, I know her, this, that, and third, and they try to bring up her past. And we understand that it's not relevant. But what you put out on this internet, you know what I mean? What you put out on this social media platform, it's going to come back. It could be another girl, another Yana situation. You know what I mean? That the internet knows nothing about, someone that comes out and reveals a spilled tea and with receipts and things of that nature. You know what I mean? The commentators are going to do what they're going to do. This is not, because you cried online, it's not a stopple to, people giving that commentary on what they see. Because they're trying to be wary. You know what I mean? They're trying to be a wise watchman and shepherd to their crowd. And so understand that. You know what I mean? And so it's not going to stop everything, but I'm willing myself to give you a chance as a brother. You know what I mean? And like I said, I don't think you're a bad guy. I feel like you're going through a stage of your life, but I think that, it may be, if it's affordable for you, seek some mental help. There's nothing wrong with that, brother. There's nothing wrong with that. All right.
I'm honored to be able to connect with people the way that I do. And I'm not going to, I'm not going to use that for my personal gain anymore. Not as far as people that are connected to this platform.
If you notice, he looked down in a way. He said, anymore. He's shamed. I want y'all to catch that. He's shamed. The body language, you can barely see it, but the body language is everything. All right.
Okay. Because it's bigger than me. It's bigger than me. Okay. So yes, I'm gonna, of course, continue to get out here and do what I do. And of course, I definitely appreciate everybody's love and support. 100%. And so, that's my message, is that, there's not going to be any more of me dealing with anybody or anything like that. Give me any stuff to talk about. I'm going to just, at this point, like I say, everything is lining up the way that it needs to. My kids are coming to live with me, and it's just it's that time. It's been 2 years. It's been 2 years, almost exactly, since I kind of got out here and sowed my royal oats.
And I said the other day about him sowing his royal oats. All right. And Marcus, I was correct, right? And like I said, you were going through that stage, that first reaction video. I said it. I said, I've seen a lot of guys go through this. Unfulfilled sexual fantasies. You know what I mean? They hit mid-30s to like 41 years old. They want to go out and they just do all this stuff. That's what you see a lot of these guys in their 30s and 40s, soliciting prostitution charges, things like that. getting in fights in strip clubs and stuff. Guys like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's about time. And one of the things I think was happening with Marcus, and not being an apologist for him, guys, but what I feel like what's happening with him is that his children, if he is sincere, but I'm wise enough to say, hey, it could be game. You know what I mean? But he is sincere. I think that his kids coming to live with him is giving him a sense of purpose. And one of the things that can help you through addictions and from my depression, because that's a depressive state to go out there and have sex with anything out there. Literally, like he was getting coochie on discount. You know what I'm saying? Like he was getting it, you know what I'm saying? He was going to the thrift store. You know what I'm saying? To get his rocks off. Okay. Sometimes you go to the thrift store, you could get you some Ralph Lauren, you could get whatever, some used whatever, something that look half decent, but it's used. Okay. So I think that his children is giving him a sense of purpose. And he had to be in a very dark space. And even the testimony from Lolly saying that he wanted to be degraded during sex, and this is what's put on the internet. It shows that, hey, he's in a very dark space. He wanted to be reassured about his manhood, even compared his penis size to other guys. You know what I mean? Like his girlfriend was talking about, I might have a small peen because my girlfriend, kind of weird, but let's play it, y'all.
So, that time period has come to an end, and it is time to seriously get to work. And so I'm going to continue to be led, okay? And I'm going to follow. All right? That's what's going to happen. And I hope that y'all continue to tap in and, show love and support. And, we really grow this platform, because as big as it gets, is as much help as we can do. And I have been doing my part to get in the way of that. And that's unfair to the people that could be getting helped. So I'm not going to do that anymore. Not going to do that anymore. Okay? All right, guys. I'm about to go get my kids and try to decompress a little bit. So, I love y'all, of course. All right. All right. Listen, I appreciate both of y'all for the super chats. Let me shout y'all out real quick, man. For good and evil. See? I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate that $9.99 spot for sure. Okay. And then let's see. Natasha.
What's going on, Classic Lights?
Thank you for the $10.
All right, so that we done with that, y'all. And we go here, and I think Kiki's gonna come up in time. But yeah, so switch it over. But yeah, y'all. So what we have is, who has he helped as a savior? I mean, it's questionable. Like the thing is, what we really feel like he has really helped himself throughout the years. And then from what I've observed, just starting to watch the content. And the thing is with Marcus, I really hope for him. Like I really think that he should look at what's happening with a lot of black men, especially on social media, that are living like a polygamous, open relationship lifestyle. Like you got Nature Boy, you know what I mean? A lot of these, Nature Boy, R. Kelly, Puff Daddy, the list goes on and on and on. When it comes down to, like, every time one of these guys get out here and display their sexual deviancy online or their sexual whatever, it turns dark for them at some point. And the thing about it is that also I think Marcus needs to probably think about if he is dealing with drugs. We did see that he's dealing with drugs and alcohol, bringing drugs and alcohol to young girls, younger women. You know what I'm saying? And then they have their little party or whatever, pills and potion. And in the end, this is serious. And like Marcus, if you listen to Lincoln's pen, if you want to come up, I ain't clout chasing. I'd love to talk to you. You know what I mean? But the thing is, it's serious because all it takes is one of these weirdos, a clout chaser, or you could be out there, you could be legitimately out of your mind doing some drugs. When drugs involved, alcohol involved, and sex, and there's a public platform that's huge, you know what I mean? And you're letting people know that you make money, or they got the assumption that it's money being made, and they're in a desperate situation. It's a bad recipe for you to find yourself in a situation where you could find yourself in a real nasty trap. And y'all notice I'm not really trying to be a comedian and roast like I normally do. I'm really just trying to talk to the brother because he's crying online. And I see a man cry. I'm not the type to laugh at it. The thumbnail was funny, okay? But at the end of the day, I just hope, bro, get some help. I really just hope that you get some help when it comes down to the alcohol situation, the drug situation. We know that you're doing the edibles. Another homeless woman last year, I think Monique, said that she was doing drugs in the house. I don't know if they were legal or not. Edibles and things of that nature. When those things are mixed up in a woman in a desperate situation, it's just a recipe for disaster. And at the end of the day, this is real life. And a lot of men feel that they are the exception. You know what I mean? Just like the situation with Sonny. Like Sonny feels as if, hey, she got the golden vagina syndrome. Feeling like, hey, Marcus can go out and do whatever you want to do, but she giving good head, good pee. You know what I mean? And Marcus is gonna be coming back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And that's delusional. And also that ties into narcissism, where you're gonna find yourself like, hey, I'm special. I'm Batman. I'm dressed in all black, like you said the other day, within the same day. And that was the same day, Marcus, that you was comparing my relationship, my vacation, you know what I mean, and me being a little tink, with my living situation, everything like that. It was the same that you broke down to tears, and there was no apologies. So the thing is, we are being very wise, and we're telling our crowd to look at it from a very wise perspective. I understand there's a huge Christian following within the sector, which is good. You know what I mean? Which is good. Okay? But at the end of the day, the Bible says, judge a tree by the fruit it bears. Okay? And what we have seen that tree that you have from Atlanta Street interview bear so far is abortion, drug abuse, alcoholic abuse. You know what I mean? Putting women on the pedestal that are women of ill repute on the pedestal to get clicks and views. Like, I was thinking about it. The West Indian girl, the Candy girl, she comes to your platform. You put it where she got a whole setup where she has her GoFundMe on your channel. On her channel. Her views explode after exposure on your channel. And the thing is, there's so many good women that are living decent lives, you know what I'm saying, if they got a little bit exposure, you know what I'm saying, from your platform, and a little bit of help, a little bit of nudge, you know what I'm saying, their channels can blow up. You could be responsible for sparking the next Oprah, Gayle King out here, you know what I'm saying, the next woman that can make it the Foxhole with her talents of interviewing, her sassiness, or whatever it is. You have a lot of power, but you know what I'm saying, don't give what's good unto dogs. Don't do that. You know what I mean? But my thing is, I have to respect that that's your platform and that's how you want to roll. You know what I mean? But I'm a commentator giving my opinion, you know? I'm just giving my opinion, and I just hope that you listen. I just hope that you listen. So the link is pinned if anybody want to come up um, and have a conversation. You know what I mean? But, pretty much we just hoping that Marcus, you know what I'm saying, have his real coming to Jesus moment. And also, apologize if you saying that you were the one, you were doing these things and we brought it to your attention. Kiki brought it to your attention. Psychology Eats brought it to your attention. And a lot of other people. I'm kind of new into the sector. I'm starting watching a lot of new people. So I've been watching Psychology Eats, especially with Kiki, and I had a great laugh earlier. I shared it on my wall. Y'all check her out. Especially when she was doing the Sonny's sending out doo-doo bags. You know what I'm saying? She wanted mail doo-doo bags to people. So they had the little girl in the bikini, the chick in the bikini, doing it, whatever. But that's whatever. So I was like, check her out. But there's a lot of apologies. I agree with Kiki. There's a lot of apologies that need to be made because people were on point with their criticisms of you, and they just wasn't being haters. You had your moderator, you know what I'm saying? And you had your moderator reaching out to people that are the nastiest type of people. You had a person that is known for saying that he's a pedophile on your channel. I mean, you was quoting about the quote. Hold up, the quotes that you were making about me and Kiki and our lifestyle, how we live, who we are, our character, will be echoed on your platform from the guy that is from the so-called sector that you hate. You know what I'm saying? That is a self-admitted mentally ill pedophile. Now, the thing is, you play the game, Marcus. You play the game trying to embarrass me and trying to embarrass Kiki, trying to get this guy that was supposed to come to the sector and just do whatever with me and Kiki. But then it fell flat because the sector itself is totally against those type of people. And you didn't do the research on the man that was lying on us. And so we deserve an apology, and my thing is I really don't care if you do or not, but I think for your own conscience. Oh, I got Red Bone Goddess TV. What's going on?
Greetings. How are you doing?
How you doing?
I'm
We'll put you on
amazing.
solo layout. You the one they call grandma, right? That's you.
That's me all day.
Okay. How you doing? So what's your thoughts on things?
It's wicked to me, because I'm in a wheelchair,
Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm. And I'm a goddess, and I move totally different than what I'm seeing. And it's at first when I seen it, I was like, okay, like she's showing people that it's more to us than this wheelchair. She's
talking about
showing us.
Sonny. Okay, you talking
Yes,
about Sonny. Okay.
yes. And then when I seen how he was moving, I was like, yo, this is wicked. Something ain't right with this. Like, it didn't sit well in my spirit, And the questions and stuff that he asks, like, it's none of your business,
Yeah.
And I think, like, us as women, we're not protected enough from people like that, because certain things you don't talk to men about as a goddess. Like, no, that's not how it works.
So you're talking about the sexual traumas.
Yes, period. How you move, how you act, nothing you doing is righteous.
Yeah.
And I left you a comment telling you thank you for
Oh,
what
I
you're
saw it.
doing.
Yeah, yeah.
Because,
I read all the comments. The thing is, I love about y'all sector. Y'all are very highly the sector, because I'm part of it too.
mm-hmm,
Is that people love expressing. I had did homework. It took me like 4 or 5 hours the other day to respond to
mm-hmm,
every comment, and I
mm-hmm,
read everything. So I read all the comments,
mm-hmm. And
mm-hmm.
I'm grateful
And I
because,
remember what you left. So
yeah, I'm grateful for it because it's not, we don't have a lot of protection,
mm-hmm.
you know? And for the things that you're saying is so true because you're seeing it from a man's point of view. You're not speaking from our point of view.
Yeah,
You're looking at it from your point of view
mm-hmm.
and seeing the red flags. And some of the red flags, us as women, we overlook just to have that imagination type of man in our minds. And that
Yeah,
man will never be that what we have in our minds, you know?
yeah. I know that when I started criticizing Marcus, um, it was a shock to a lot of people, because I don't think. But there's men has already that there are men that have already said things to Marcus, of course.
Mhm.
Um, but I think me relating to him, me knowing
Mhm.
guys like him, me having a similar background to him, to a certain, we both went to HBCUs. I know the culture
Mhm.
of that,
Mhm.
and I think he's an insurance sale. I had a 215 insurance salesman license too, so I went
Mhm.
door to door. So I get I get part of it, and a lot of women don't understand that there's part of the sexual thing is impulse control, and a lot of men they never get that under control. You know,
No, at
like
all.
when I got with
That's a.
Kiki, I declared to myself as a man.
Mhm.
I said, I went a long time dating, okay, for
Mhm.
years. I had a 10-year relationship and all that kind of stuff, and
Yeah.
after I had about a 5 or 6 year hiatus, and
Mhm.
and I went to a place. I went into a place myself where you know, oh, I don't know who I could just really be faithful to. But when I got with my girlfriend, when I got with Kiki, I said,
Mhm.
and I saw my friend who's been married, and I saw the way he
Mhm.
loved on his girl. And Kiki met my friend, right,
Mhm. Mhm.
in Maryland, and
Mhm.
I saw how he went all in with his woman that he's with now, and like completely
Mhm.
loving her. And I said, I want that.
That's
And
right.
it healed a lot of wounds within me. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It healed a lot in her. And
Yes.
I'm feeling a little teary eyed myself.
Listen.
You know,
Listen. Listen. Look. Let me tell.
let me get
Let me
all
tell.
we get all
Let me
camera because
tell you
I
something.
want to
Look. See. See. We both over here. We both over here in the same thing, right?
heal.
See, I watched Kiki when she was going through her situation, and like she was like streaming for help, and it was like nobody like was hearing her, right?
Hmm.
And she would come on and she would talk, and she was just being herself, just being herself. But she was dealing with so much, right? And she was fighting through it. She was really fighting through it. And she was so giving to everybody. And the people that she was giving to were like misusing her kindness, right?
Yeah.
And it was like she like disappeared. And then I was like, I wonder where Kiki at. I wonder where Kiki at. And then I clicked on YouTube and I found her. And then she was up there talking. And I was like, look at her. Like, this is amazing. This is a whole totally different person. This is the person I prayed to see. This is what I prayed to see. Like, she was awake. She was smiling. She was so vibrant. Like, she just awakened, right? And I just sat back and I watched and I just cried and cried. and just was so grateful to see like
Mhm.
her find her track, like, and
Thank
getting on the
you.
right track. Like she was so giving to everybody, and she kept getting the bad end of the stick. And I
Yeah.
was like, come on, Kiki, come on, Kiki. Come on, Kiki, wake up, wake up. Come on, girl. Come on, come on. And I would even sit like some nights with her, and she'd be online and I just sit online with her. She didn't even know I was there, and I would just sit and I would just pray and pray. And to see her and love and all that and everything just fall in place, man, it's like, wow, this is amazing.
Thank you.
How you doing,
Yes, and
Latanya?
I'm so grateful.
I'm
I'm
grateful.
so
Moderators,
Yeah.
grateful.
let me say this before we move into the next section. Moderators, make sure we got a lot of people, new people here. Make sure you welcome to them here. Uh, so we just give them welcome as they come in. And peace to all the new people. Shout out to Gotcha, Mocha's on Deja Vu. A lot of new people I'm seeing. So shout out to everybody that's coming through. Appreciate y'all. And Nola Bunny, I've seen you a few times already, but shout out to you too. All right. Uh, go ahead, Kiki.
No, I just wanted to say thank you, and it definitely was God first and
Mm-hmm.
foremost. Um,
Mm-hmm.
God, I really believe put Octavius in my path.
Yes.
He knew what I would receive. He knew that I was ready to receive.
Receive it.
Yeah.
So he just came into my life, and I got right with God, and that's one of the things that I heard Sunny say. I heard her on her live today, and I don't know if the live was current. I was looking at because she's live all the time, but I heard her in a moment of reflection saying that before she went on, before she did the interview with Marcus, she was in the hospital, and it was just her and God, and
Mm-hmm.
everything was right. And once she
Mm-hmm.
did that interview, that everything just
All
changed.
hell
And
broke
now,
loose.
yeah, everything is so chaotic for her. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why this character, I knew that there was a change in her. I
Mm-hmm.
knew that there was a change after she came back
Mm-hmm.
from that trip, because I can see
Me
in
too.
her what I was dealing with. I
Me
see it.
too.
I
Yep.
saw it in her eyes in the first interview. She was poised. She was well
Mm-hmm.
spoken. You could tell that like she wasn't, she was no punk. You know what I mean? You could tell
Yeah.
that she would get you together real quick, but she knew
Mm-hmm.
how to, respectfully say, no, this is not what I want. This is not why I invited you here. And I think what you said about us women wanting that picture, that fairy
Mm-hmm.
tale. We want that guy that's really gonna
Mm-hmm.
be into us for us. So she
Mm-hmm.
dropped a lot of what she believed in. She dropped a lot of her standards in that moment. I saw her. Like she was saying,
Mm-hmm.
no, wait a minute. And then by the end of the interview, because whatever she saw in him or potential, whatever attention she was missing, whatever, in that weak moment, she just allowed, her standards to be completely dropped. And then I don't know if she was drinking like that before, but I noticed that
Mm-hmm.
then she started picking up, the drinks on camera and and the weed smoking and all of that. And it's getting worse and worse and worse. It's getting worse and worse and worse.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it starts. It starts with, oh, a happy hour. And then it starts with, oh, you coming over, you're going to bring some drinks. And then it starts with, bring me some drinks. And then it starts, well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to get my own drink. Can you take me
Mm-hmm.
to the store? Probably in her case. And it's getting worse where other people see you're just a train wreck. You're just a mess. But you get so far gone into that you don't know how to pull yourself back, because now not only is she dealing with, okay, I messed up. I went into this relationship with this guy, but she's dealing with
Mm-hmm.
public embarrassment. She's dealing with
Mm-hmm.
humiliation because he apologized for his platform, but it's like she's a non factor for real, because he's like, I'm going to start
Mm-hmm.
dating women my own age. Like she doesn't exist the same way that he did Yana.
Same way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But
it's like you apologize for your platform, but you ain't apologize for the damage, and you ain't say that you understand. Another thing is, I'm not judging nobody in a spiritual awakening moment, but I know
right,
that when God touches me spiritually, I have a relationship with God. I have felt the
that's
presence
right.
of God. Let me tell
That's
you
right.
something. The other day, I felt the presence of God, and I had my phone in my hand. I literally dropped that phone immediately. I tried to sit up and try to get back to my phone to finish
Mhm.
doing what I was doing. I literally had the spirit of God so heavy on me, I could not do anything but get on my knees and cry and
Mhm.
pray. And I speak in tongues, so I
That's
started
right.
speaking. But I'm just saying it to say that the power of God was so strong on me
Mhm.
that I couldn't. I What I'm saying is, I didn't prepare to get on my knees. I didn't
That's
plan to
right.
get on my knees and pray in that moment. But
That's
the
right.
spirit of the Lord was like, "No, you're gonna get on your knees." And I
Right
had no
now.
choice. So I don't. And the people whose house he was at, they said they didn't want to be on camera. That was a real moment right there. They were
Mhm.
calling out to God in respect for God. When, if as a Christian, we taught when you pray, you put your fork down, put
That's right.
everything down. We're taught when you're praying, you're having a conversation with God.
That's
You
right.
stop playing, you stop giggling, everything
Mhm.
stops. Everybody's asked to be quiet. The doors of the church are closed at that
Mhm.
moment so that we
Mhm.
can respect the presence of the Lord. So for you to
Mhm.
still have your cell phone up there filming,
No respect.
no respect. Why couldn't
No
that
respect.
moment be private? Okay, well, guys, we're gonna pray. So let me, respectfully, I'm gonna take this moment off camera. And I'm not being a hater, I just call it how I see it.
No, no.
Yeah.
No. See,
I
you
want I
have
want
an
to say
eye.
something. I want to say something real quick about drinking in
Okay.
the Bible because I realize this is a big Christian community, and
No,
uh,
I'm a
sa-
spiritual being. I'm
yeah,
a
I
spiritual
get what you're
being.
saying. I'm talking about it just as a whole. So I do know the Bible very well. So I'm gonna play
Mhm.
a little bit of the Bible. It's Proverbs. It talks about drinking and why a
Mhm.
prince and a king, a leader should not be drinking. Okay, so we're gonna go to
Mhm. That's right.
Proverbs 31 verse 4. We're gonna start there. All right. So I'll let it
Mhm.
play from my phone.
Okay.
Let me read it myself. It is not for kings, O Lemuel. It is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes strong drink, lest they drink and forget the law, meaning morality, and pervert judgment of any of the afflicted, which are the homeless. Okay, the homeless, those that are in a situation, those that are in a destitute situation. Give
Mhm.
give a strong drink unto him that is ready to perish. Okay,
Mm.
and wine unto those that be of heavy hearts. Let him
Mm.
drink and forget his poverty and remember his misery no more.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
so um, we know that's why I talked about the alcohol situation and being in a
Mhm.
leadership position. Um, being in a leadership position, I think that it may be wise to remove yourself from some of the vices because even I
Mhm.
seen it with Kiki when Kiki was drinking, and we have a lot of
Mhm.
shadow figures from her past that like to pop up to remind her of where she forgot the law.
No,
As the
it's
scripture said.
past. It's gone.
Yeah,
That's
and now that
gone. That's the
she's
past.
sober, and now that she's sober and around her right mind,
It's
you
a
know,
new day.
it's a new day. So she's like a queen. And it's funny how
Right.
even
It's
in
a
the
whole
scriptures,
new day.
it's funny how in this scripture, it's not funny, but it's not coincidental. Right after that, what's read there in Proverbs 31, it asks the question, who can find a virtuous woman? For her price
Mhm.
is above rubies.
Mhm.
The heart of her husband do safety trust in her. I trust you. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
right. Mhm.
So that he have no need of spoil. She would do good and not evil in all the days of her life. And I think
Yep.
that I pray that Marcus finds a virtuous woman.
You know,
I pray
I
that
look
for
at
him
it.
so that he don't be out here being in an evil situation. You know?
But you know what? You know what? I look at it like this, y'all. What you put out is what you're gonna receive back.
Yeah.
Remember, I said Kiki was always giving. She was always good. She was always great, no
Yeah.
matter her actions. See, her actions didn't add up to the things she did, right? Like her mistakes. So
Hmm.
those are lessons, right? So we learn through our lessons, right? So she had to go through her situation so she can bring others through and she know the way, right? Because sometimes we go through things in our lives, we don't understand it. We don't even know why. Then we finds out, wow, this is why I had to go through this. So I can bring other people just like me through the same path that I had to go through to find the right way, you know, instead of
Yeah.
judging each other, you
And
know.
thank you for saying that because so much is focused on me being this bad, outrageous person, and nobody heard. It's rare. I haven't heard
Mm-mm.
anybody outside of Octavius to really get up and vocally speak about like the good things that I did, even though yes, I was drunk,
I will,
but
man. I
I
will.
did a lot of stuff for a
Man,
lot of people.
Yep.
even through your drunkenness, honey, you was making sure people light bills got paid. You was making sure people had food on their table. You was making sure all that. I watched you do all that.
I did a lot, and I
I
did a lot,
watched you
and
do
I
all that
never came up here and said, "I
and
did
said
this for you, and
anything.
I did that." I've never
No,
done that. Never,
no,
never.
no.
And some of those very same people
They're the
that I
nastiest
help,
people.
they act like I don't exist, or they
Yeah,
act
I
like I was
remember.
just trash.
I
Yep.
remember. And I'll never forget.
And
I
that's why
remember.
I don't like that's why it's really near and dear to my heart when I feel like somebody is taking advantage of people that are
Hmm.
vulnerable, because I know that in spite of what they may be going through, in spite of what it may
Hmm.
look like, you might have some really, really good people. Like, it's so many people that threw me away because of how I was.
No.
But look at the
Mm-mm.
person that I really am, and look how many
Hmm.
people on the street. I don't put it all up on here, but when I do
Hmm.
show what I'm doing out there on the street, look how much good I'm still doing. But I couldn't be my best self in the shape that I was in. And so when you have
Hmm.
people around you that are feeding you alcohol, when they see that
Hmm.
it's bringing out the lowest of yourself, it's
Yep.
bringing out the worst in you. That person can't say that they're rooting for you. They want the best for you, that they want to see greatness in you, because they are contributing to what's, you know, diminishing your greatness. And I got to call it out.
Yep.
But you know, it's a wicked playground, y'all. Right? This is a wicked thing that y'all dealing with, and
Yeah.
y'all don't even realize that y'all fighting against a wicked being.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
And
we realize that.
you feel me? And that's why I remember when I was like, and even in the comments, I always thank Octavius for protecting you, Kiki. I do,
Yeah.
because
I appreciate that.
a lot of us don't have that, you know. And
Yeah.
he stood with you. He stood
Yeah.
with you.
He did. He
You know what I'm
did.
saying? And he went through it with you. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? We're gonna fight this battle together. We're gonna fight this beast together because it's a beast.
Right.
And
Right.
it's in our homes and we don't even realize it. That
Right.
it's in our homes, it's gonna affect our children.
Yep.
And that's
And
what you're fighting.
and Gotcha just said that, Marcus, loves to boast, and not to beat him up, but imagine this, just imagine this. And everybody, it makes mistake, yeah, but you got to own up to everything. Imagine
Hmm.
this. Imagine that you are a young girl. Let's go with Yana's story. And she
Okay.
said she almost got taken in by a pimp. That means she almost got trafficked. Okay. I'm a young
Hmm.
girl. Everybody's trying to take advantage of me. And Monique, too. Just imagine you're that girl. You're 23 years old. You meet
Hmm.
this guy. he seems like a big brother type. He seems like a protector. He's an older man. He's carrying around a weapon, like he's gonna protect you. And
Protect
then
you.
he puts you in his
In a
bed
closet.
and in a closet,
Come
and
on
you
now.
gotta have sex on demand anytime he wants you to. Now,
Mm-mm.
how do you feel about the black man? And then the black man always complains about the
Yeah.
black woman that's bitter or,
Yeah.
feeling some type of way. But look at what she's been through
Had to
at the hands of
endure.
the black man.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you had
And,
to
and
endure.
and that's what I even told Kiki. I said, even on the flip side of that, we in America, and this is a male female thing universally. So it's not
That's
just
right.
to our race, but
Nope.
that's keen to our race and what we know. We like the media and the environment that we live in. We have no reason to like and love each other. So
Nope.
the thing is, we have to go beyond a certain level of fear when we actually engage with the opposite sex in America, and to take the dare to take the chance to even love somebody. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I said to myself, I said with Kiki, I'm going to go all in.
That's right.
If she hurts
That's right.
me, if she hurts me in the process of me loving her, I know that I'm human. I know that
You're
I'm
here.
human, and that's the thing. That's the chance that you got to take in life. And the thing is, I think that's what communication comes in.
Yeah.
You got to have strong communication, because like I come from, but people see me get into it with people that think I'm a mean guy, and think I may want to dox them in the end or whatever it is. Same thing. I said, well, Kiki, she from this sector, and I don't know, if can I trust her with my sensitive information, things that could shame me.
Oh yeah. In the beginning, I doxed Octavius personally,
Yeah.
but I didn't put it online. I just told him. I told him, I know. I'm like, you drive this type of vehicle. He's like, wait, where you get that information? And I told him, I doxed you.
But listen, she'll tell you. Listen, what thing about Kiki? She gonna tell your tail what she gonna do.
Yeah.
And look, even in the midst of her drinking and stuff like that, she still tell people the truth. She tells you everything, and people be thinking like she is talking crazy. She this, but don't believe like she really did it.
Yeah.
She told you she did
I mean,
it. She did it.
the thing about it, I had just gone through this situation online with this person that I trusted, and so when I met Octavius, I really couldn't trust anybody, though I wanted to
Because you
trust
went
him.
through a
So
lot.
yeah, so
You went through a lot.
yeah, so when people thought that, and we were forced to be honest with each other very early on, whether we wanted to or not, because they were doxing both of us, and we didn't know how far they were going to dig into stuff. They were doxing family members and everything. So we just had a conversation, and so like, listen, you need to know this, and this. So basically, we went into it like, everything on the table. There was no, and one of the things that I noticed with Marcus, and I'll just say that, like, and not everybody is the same. Not everybody is the same. But Octavius, now he can speak about, whatever relationship. I don't care. That doesn't bother me. But I feel like that Marcus makes the women that he's dating immediately feel beneath the mother of his children. We've all had children.
Yeah.
That doesn't make us a saint or any better than the next woman because we had a baby.
That's correct.
And if that woman is just perfect and can do, it's like,
why you didn't marry her?
right, and you're damaging the self-esteem of the person that you're with.
That's called on online in the men's forums from years ago. The MGTOW guys, men going their own way, they call that one-nightish. One-nightish means that you find one
night stands.
No, one-nightish meaning that one woman is the perfect one. I heard how you described her. I had a sense of feeling like, well, I was dating different women years ago. This was a long time ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I was dating different women, and I was like, always this one would come in my mind. That was the perfect one. That should have been the one I should marry. You know what I mean? And we
Mm-hmm.
would we would have rendezvous from time to time, but for so many reasons, it didn't work out. And I thought about it. It just came to my mind one day. I said, if it was meant to be, if she was so great, she would be here with me.
That's right. That's
She'd be here
right.
with me, and um, you know, she would be here with me. And then I start even reading the Bible. Say, if a man leave a woman and goes out and lay with another man, would not that land be greatly polluted? You
That's
know what I mean?
correct.
So
Mm-hmm.
if you done went out and you done did your thing, and now you coming back and forth to me, you know what I mean? You're not the one.
Yeah.
No, but
Okay,
she got
you're not the
another
one. So
man.
I'm like, now I got a woman right now that's, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying in general for all men. I'm not saying me and Kiki's situation. We got a woman that's dedicated, giving down to her soul, trusting you with her body,
That's right.
having unprotected sex with you.
That's
You know what I
right.
mean? Risking it all, risking her life for you, and
Mm-hmm.
then
That's a
you
contract.
have the audacity to put someone on the pedestal that left you desolate as a
Right.
man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
But you,
You know,
but
And
you know what?
then
let me just say this, ladies, and
Okay.
I in your mind, speaking to the men, if you're going through that, it's not for you to hate that woman, but you gotta say f that woman, and because she laid to the plow and did and looked back.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean? When they were leaving, when you was leaving Sodom and Gomorrah, she didn't want to look back and turn into a pillar of salt. So
Mm.
meaning right now she's worthless to you. Mentioning her as putting her on a pedestal, yeah, she could be great. She could have did things for your kids, all that kind of stuff. But at some point, she failed,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to learn to move forward in life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm one of the things. I'm glad I'm going into this place spiritually. But my auntie was a Pentecostal pastor, believe it or not, and
Mm-hmm.
she said, and she's real old. She's like 90 now, still living, and she can
Wow.
dance. But she said, he said one of the things one first thing she said when she get to talking and giving her testimony, she says, "I thank the Lord for another. I woke up this morning and thank the Lord for a day I haven't seen before."
Yep. That's
Okay,
the same.
so if that person is in your past and they have not kept up with you, they have not stayed with you, they have not went through the trials and tribulations with you, and now you have a
Mm-hmm.
woman that's with you going through the trials and tribulations with you, trusting her body, you know what I'm saying, trusting that
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be faithful, even if you're
Mm-hmm.
unfaithful, she's still trusting you with her safety as a woman. You
Yes.
have to appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, and you learn to appreciate that you'll be a better person. But living in the past is going to keep you in a state of depression. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, like even on this app, I had multiple people. I help people with their channels. I had people slander my name, call my everything, but a child of God said some of the most horrible things about me. I could have
Mm.
been got to a place where I just left this whole platform and it gave every justifiable reasons. But I said today, God is going to bless me with something better, something new, a better
Mm-hmm.
situation. And I had a lot of great people that I felt like they were great, and I could reminisce on the past. But my
Mm-hmm.
present is more beautiful. My present with Kiki is the most
Yes.
beautiful experience that I'm having right now ever on this platform. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm appreciating the now and today. And I think
Mm-hmm.
Marcus was crying because Marcus is in the state. Hey, it's like it's like you feel betrayed. The woman of your dreams, like the so-called baby mama, the woman of your dreams, doesn't give a damn about laying in the bed next to you anymore. And so now you got a vengeance for women to go out and lay and slay everything and strew everything in town that ain't strewed down. You know what I'm saying? To get your
Sure.
get back on women because you hurt by the one that you're praising.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
And to even as a woman, when you're with child, for some man to act like his children are just like personally, which they are, handcrafted and created and given to him with a bow wrapped on them by God, which they are. But
Mm-hmm.
to act like your child that you're carrying
It's less
is
than.
it's nothing basically because you just get rid of it. Like
Oh
to act
no.
like it's trash,
Mm-mm.
that's something that's gonna hurt for the
That's
rest of that
mentally.
girl's life. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to say
You.
that's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know what I said, y'all? I said, people don't stop to think the things that they do gonna come back on them or their children or their grandchildren.
That's true.
The, the stuff Marcus out here doing to these women, he got children, he got little ladies.
Mm-hmm.
So you look forward to your daughter heart being broken because the same way you treat these women in the world is the same way the same men gonna be coming looking for your daughters.
Yeah.
And people don't think.
Well, the thing about it is, it's not even necessarily that the men gonna come looking. The daughter's gonna go looking for people like their father.
That's correct. That's
Yeah.
the same saying, a different way.
The
Yes.
daughter's gonna go, and it ain't gonna be nothing you could do about it. They're gonna
No.
get with, and I've heard that. I've heard that, and I really like. That ain't necessarily true. And I'll be honest with you right here.
Mhm.
My dad, I thought he was just the most perfect person in the world, but
Mhm.
I got about um 4,000 sisters and brothers that I don't know where they are, and my mom only had three of us.
Mhm.
Now, my daughter, her father was, everything. I thought he was everything, but
Mhm.
before I had her, I knew that he had 3,000 kids.
Mhm. Dang.
So it's the same thing.
Mhm. I told you, it's a repeat. It's a cycle. See, life is a circle, right? And we don't realize we keep repeating the same circle, but you have to change it by being greater than you were yesterday. Because see, we don't realize we live in the past, present, and future at the same time. So we
Mhm.
get confusing with the choices by thinking, "Oh, I can do this. Ain't nobody see me. Ain't nobody. It's not gonna catch up with me." Then
Yeah.
boom, it falls back on your children, and you like, "Wow, I remember
Mhm.
when I was 21, I did blah blah blah," and my daughter or my son is going through this same thing.
Yeah.
Mhm. And the thing is, we think that they're not watching us. He thinks like, "Oh, you guys are going to make my kids see." But if you didn't do it, they
They
couldn't
wouldn't
see.
see.
We can't make up something. It's what you're doing and we're talking about it. If you don't
That's
want us
right.
talking about it, don't do it.
That's correct.
So,
That's
that's
correct.
really all I got on the situation. But,
Hmm.
hopefully he's really I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't know how to apologize, right? So we'll just go with that. But we'll be
Hmm.
watching
And praying.
and praying. Definitely. Most
Yeah.
definitely praying.
We
For,
definitely be watching and praying.
yeah.
We'll be praying for
You know
him. And
look,
go on, go on.
the prime got to make sure the chains is on the door. Is the chains on the door?
You know what? And hopefully, what is it? The chains will be falling. You know what I'm saying? The
That's
chains are
right.
broken. God
That's
can break
right.
every chain, so you never know. He can change, but like I said, I'm gonna just be honest here and toot my own horn tonight. I'm
Hmm.
going to. Out of everybody I know, that's been an alleged, substance abuser or some type of abuser or done some type of wrong, I really feel like I am the only one that has truly, continuously takes full accountability
Hmm.
for things that I've done. And
Hmm.
until I see that in these other people, I'm just not buying it. And taking accountability doesn't make me feel weak. Taking
Mm-mm.
true accountability, it makes me feel free. I feel
And
like there's
you learned. You
I
learn
learned
through your situation.
I
So
can
a
help someone
lesson
else.
is learned, and now you can go to the next level. See,
Period.
people don't understand that.
I can go to the next level, and then it's two things in the comments. For one, it's content. Whatever's on YouTube, we're gonna talk about it. People
That's
talking about
correct.
stuff I did 5, 6 years ago, and there's nothing I can do about it but ignore it. Okay, you give life to what you put energy into. Stop putting
That's correct.
energy into stuff, and it eventually will die. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce doesn't respond to anything. All rumors
Mm-mm.
about her just eventually go away and die. Stuff only
Mm-mm.
lasts as long as the person that they're talking
It's
about
your
is
CPR.
feeding into it. Right. Once you stop talking about it, it's dead.
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying that since the beginning. And then as far as the apology, I don't think he's gonna offer a true apology. I think he has too much pride. But again, pride comes before a fall. So we'll just see. And you guys have a beautiful night because I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here.
Yes, and I
All right.
enjoyed you guys. I really did. And Kiki, baby, the butterfly is bright and beautiful, honey.
Ow.
You don't hear me now. You don't hear me
Oh, we
now.
love the pink fingernails.
Look
Thank
and
you.
look. Now, Kiki, I'm gonna take you back to see if you remember that. Remember, you was talking to the lady in the wheelchair, and we was talking about some other grown people stuff, and I
Mhm.
was telling you it was wheelchair stuff.
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm.
Okay, think about it. We was talking about grown people stuff. And I was like, oh, mine's is different because I got wheelchair grown people stuff. I'm trying.
I think I remember. I know what you're talking about. But as we see, hey, just because
That's
you're in a
right.
wheelchair, I mean, it's not
Look, but
stopping
that's
nothing.
we were
Yeah.
talking about it. I was like, I'm no different than you. Remember, I was saying I'm no different than you.
I kind of
Mm-hmm.
vaguely remember it. You know what? I said, to be honest with you, like, just real quick, that's why I apologize for everything because I said the stupidest stuff. I said the meanest stuff. I said the most ridiculous stuff. Anybody should have known I was
Mm-hmm.
just saying everything. Like these people, oh my God.
Hurt
I don't even
you.
want to go into some of the stuff that I said.
Yeah,
Some of the
they
stuff that I said, like, was just stupid. And
no,
yeah,
you was just you was defending yourself. Like
the
you
best
was
way I knew how.
fighting, man. Like I
Yeah.
said, you were fighting so much.
Mhm.
Like, but you wasn't disrespecting me. Like we always had an awesome conversation, you know.
Yeah. I think
And
it
we,
was when it went left with people now that I can see in my clear. It was people that were pretending to have a conversation with me for my best interest, but really and truly
and
they were
flip it.
trolling me, right? And I kind
Mm-hmm.
of realized that I was too
Blind.
inebriated to say, "Hey, I see what you're doing." So
Mm-hmm.
instead, I would just cuss them out, call them the B word, do all that stuff
Yep.
that Sonny's doing.
Yep.
I would just do that.
Yep. But you learned.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing
Hmm.
through it all. And I
And I
thank
like this
God.
me. I kind of like. I
Yes.
kind of like this
I
me.
love it. I love it.
Thank you.
Look. And I love Mr. Prime because Mr. Prime keeps you smiling and smiling and
Yeah, he
brighter
does.
and brighter. You feel me?
Thank you.
And look, everybody, you got haters, keep them coming. Keep them coming, girl. Keep them coming. Because you deserve it.
Well, thank you so much, Redbone Goddess.
And
All
I
right,
love
okay, I'll
y'all.
see
And
y'all
I love
later.
everybody. And y'all have
Love you
amazing
too.
All right.
weekend.
All right. Let me get my closing comments. All right, y'all. It's just me. All right, y'all. So I hope that we all learned something today. And since we do have about 80 to 90 people here, make sure you smash that like button. Not even, we haven't like been trying to peddle cash out of y'all or anything like that. But, you know, uh, help me in the algorithm just smashing that like button. We did a good job so far. We got over 100 likes. But shout out to, I want to say for myself, I really am looking forward to Marcus and his change. Um, I am very wise and very prudently looking at the situation. But I really think that there's other things that he needs to adjust in his life. And it's just my suggestion. I'm not telling him what to do as a grown man, but I'm just saying for him, like, hey, these are some things you might want to consider. You know what I mean? The vices, the alcohol. Learn how to emotionally fast. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to abstain, get control, or learn how to regain control. Put down the alcohol, put down the marijuana. You know what I mean? Stop running from pain. You know what I mean? Run towards it to a certain degree. You might find there's more strength in that as a bodybuilder. You know what I mean? No pain, no gain. So it's the same thing mentally, spiritually. Is that, hey, you might have to tackle some things head on emotionally as for a lot of strong men. You know what I mean? The emotional stuff, the mental stuff, the spiritual stuff is the hardest thing to tackle. And so that's my advice to you, brother. And I really hope that you find yourself. Like I said, it's never been hate from my side. Although you may have heard where I've been and where I sojourn, I never got on the internet with the mindset to ever beef with another person. That I just came out here defending my name, and I found myself going back and forth with people. I fell into a trap. We out of that, me and Kiki both, and we want to move forward. You know what I'm saying? So it's no fear. You know what I mean? The doors are open. You know, if you wanted to hit the link was available to you. You say you want me to hit your link and talk to you like, man, well, my link is right there. You could have been hitting, and we could have had that conversation. And so, but we'll see. And I really hope that you really find yourself. And I think that this was a great, great conversation. And fellas, and I think I hit a very serious point about the one-nighters your mind being stuck on that one. Oh, she was the greatest woman ever. She bore your kids. I get it, but she's not with you. You know what I mean? Don't allow anyone to live in your past and control you about how great they were in your past. If they're not for you, they're not 100% with you, it's okay to move on. You have every right to move on. You know what I mean? As men, we have every right to move on from a woman that we really, really like, doesn't like us back. Move on. You're starting to get a hate and vengeance towards women. That's what fuels the sexualization, the fetishes, you know what I'm saying? The conquering, the sexual conquest of women. You know what I mean? Because you start to loathe the fact that the woman of your dreams doesn't want you, and you want to get your manhood back. You want your get back. And so you want to humble this type of. I want a dark skinned chick. I want a light skinned chick with chinky eyes. I want a short chick. I want a tall chick. I want every type of woman you want. You know what I'm saying? It might even get to a place you might want a chick with something extra. You know what I mean? If you don't control yourself, it might lead into that type of thing. Your brain might make that okay. You know what I mean? Like, just all that stuff is a gateway to other things. You know what I mean? And we see that you're getting closer and closer. Closer, you right down on the line, and some people, even the same way, you may have crossed the line a few times. But get control. Find control. Like you say, Octavius and Kiki need to get in the gym. We need to fast, lose weight, whatever we need to do. I agree. I went to the gym today. You know what I mean? And I hope that you suggested things about my life as a man. So I'm suggesting things I think that'd be healthy for your life. I went to the gym, Marcus. You know what I'm saying? I went to the gym. You know what I mean? And I hope that you go to God and pray. If you call God of Abraham universe, in your mind, that's what it is. Hey, you know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, it's okay to move forward from that woman. And I've seen a lot of guys, when they hurt, they go to strip clubs, they go to prostitutes. A lot of those prostitutes, I guarantee you, I wanted to ask a question. I wanted Kiki to ask one of those questions about that too. I think a lot of guys a lot of prostitutes know that some of these guys just want to be held and cherished or whatever. Because they're going through depression. They feel inadequate as a man. That's even a question about, is my manhood bigger than this guy's? You know what I'm saying? It's something going on psychological. You know what I mean? But don't allow anybody to be trapped. You can, while you're healthy, if you're healthy right now, you don't have no STDs. You know what I mean? You did have an unwanted child. You know what I mean? You know, however you dealt with that, you know, that's between you and God. But at this point, you in the clear. If you in the clear, thank God for it. Repent. Just stop. Find your good woman, and you can have the happiness that I have. I guarantee you, brother. You know what I'm saying? But when you do find a woman, go all in with her, love her with everything you got. And on that, y'all, peace.